Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, everybody. Today is an awesome day. We're here in the mighty Morrinsville and we're getting the concrete slab laid for the Menz Shed. 363 square meters of awesomeness this place is going to be for all the local dudes, dudettes around Morrinsville to enjoy, hang out and have a great place. But let's pop inside and see what's going on inside this slab, because this is a special one. She ain't no normal concrete slab. Young Sean's not here. He's been cooling in sick on the Mondays and Tuesdays. It's already Wednesdays, so I'm going to jump in myself. Awesome. As I said, young Sean's not here. We've got slightly more mature Sean from A1 Bobcats. The guys are working hard laying this slab. Now we look at it and you can obviously see this isn't all just concrete. There's a whole lot of steel, a whole lot of polystyrene making it float. Titus Engineering have designed all of this. Due to the geotech report here, it's good solid ground. It used to be a railway yard here, but there's liquefaction possibilities, so they've designed this specific floor. There's a huge amount of steel in here. What have you guys done to tie this all together, and what are we looking at? Why is there a big space here, Sean?
This particular space here is because with steel mesh you can only span for a certain distance, so many meters, and then you have to do a free joint, which they call a cold joint. So it's basically two separate slabs.
Okay.
And you'll see these rods through here, and they've got pink on them, they've got grease on one half.
Yeah.
So that half can slide through the concrete and the other half is rigid.
So the slab can move like so.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, so that's that. There's only one of those on this floor. That's all you need for that length, because that works out perfect.
We've got offices over this side, so we've got some plumbing in here. What sort of work have you got to do to allow for the plumbing services?
Other contractors come in and do the pipes, but we just have to cut pods around the pipes. There's a little bit of work involved in doing that. Yeah, a lot of work actually trying to measure them out, get them right.
So that's laser plumbing here at Morrinsville. They've done all of this. And then you got these joints running through here.
These ones are load bearing.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's carrying extra load. That'll be pinpoints from the building.
Yeah.
So there's 3 or 4 of those throughout the building, but yeah, they're all for that, for load bearing.
So they're going to be bringing up electricity through at that point there, are they?
Yes, they are, yep.
It's a laser electrical here in Morrinsville. Have done that one as well.
Yep. They may wonder why we are using the polystyrene pods on this floor, which is designed for soft ground. But in this ground, it was actually so hard that we couldn't penetrate it to do the footings. So this was a design that suited the ground here. Yeah. And you also get insulation out of it. Basically a floating type of floor that does not need to penetrate into the ground. It's a really good design, good to work with.
How much concrete is going to be going into it?
67 cubic meters.
Awesome.
Which at 5 meters per truck, a few truckloads.
Yeah, so we're looking almost 14 truckloads coming in from Ballas. They're doing helping out the Menz Shed as well, so I think it'd be pretty cool if we could check out Ballas Concrete plant and see where it all comes from. All right, well thanks Sean, it's great work, great job.
Great to talk to you guys.
And yeah, the dude's working hard, so we better leave him to it, eh?
Yep, all right, back to work. Thank you.
Awesome, so we're here at Ballas Concrete in Morrinsville. Johnny, thanks for showing us around. What goes into concrete?
At the moment we've got 19 mil standard tip, 10 mil standard tip, a bit of dust and a bit of sand.
Get dispensed into there, then get mixed up.
Gets weighed up, each material gets weighed up. Cement weighs up all at the same time and starts going into the truck.
So the cement's all coming out of the silos there, then it's going into the truck?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a magic process, isn't it, concrete?
Yeah, it's pretty cool how it all works, yeah.
So how many trucks would you guys normally be filling up a day here?
About 30, 40 loads. Today we're looking at about 250, 260 cube today.
And so is it normally just going into concrete slabs here? Is this the predominant what you guys will do, or what?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of industrial buildings at the moment.
Yeah.
Wallace's, Greenleys, Waikato Dairy Factory, a few house floors up at the new subdivision at Lockerbie. Yep. Yeah, just a bit of footings and a bit of commercial.
Yeah, a bit of everything,
Bit of everything, yeah.
Awesome, so Ballas are legends in the concrete game, awesome supporters of Morrinsville and the Menz Shed. Cheers for what you guys are doing, and cheers for all the work that helps build the mighty country in New Zealand, eh?
Oh, well, no worries, thank you.
Awesome, all right, we'll better get back to the slab. Awesome, so we're back here at the Menz Shed slab. It was cool seeing Ballas. Sam, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
What are the guys up to here? What have we got going on here?
So we got the man on the vibrator. He's basically filling all the air bubbles, which is in the things, just pulling them all out and then taking all the air out. Then we got Mark, who's preparing the concrete to get screeded. And then we got our man Sam on the screed, who's screeding the concrete all flat. And then we got this man on the pump placing it for us, so yeah.
Awesome, so it takes a real team effort to get it all done?
Yeah, no, it's a team effort, all right, yeah.
Awesome, man, I'll let you get back to it.
Right, cheers, thank you.
The fog is gone, the sun is out, it's great. I'm here with Tony from Titus Consulting, the engineer that did the slab. Tony, good to meet you, mate.
Jason. Yep.
Now, I was discussing it with Sean from A1 earlier today, how this slab came about and what we did, but you're the man that designed it and that, so talk us through how you designed the slab, what you took into account.
Yeah, thanks Jason. So the slab is primarily, the design is driven by liquefaction. The whole of Morrinsville, the whole area is largely considered liquefiable, which is when you get a big earthquake, potentially the ground could become really soft and you can get a lot of settlement and things like that. So it's a shed, it's a men's shed, but fundamentally it's a commercial building. So we did a detailed liquefaction analysis. In a big earthquake, you're probably going to get about 100 mils of vertical settlement. And so the slab is designed to be resilient in those circumstances. Now, what that means is the slab could cantilever 2 meters. So in reality, you could come to the corner of the slab and you could dig out underneath it for a distance of about 2 meters.
Really?
And the whole slab is just going to stand up. So it's designed for 2 meters of cantilever and up to 4 meters of suspension. So you could theoretically in the middle dig out a hole 4 meters underneath the slab and the whole thing should stand up. So that's what drives the slab design from a liquefaction perspective. Otherwise it's designed to support the superstructure, which is the shed, and then any use inside, you know, which is basically a light industrial use. I think it's about 5 kilopascals of working load. It's a raft foundation, so you know people always talk about a rib raft. That basically it is a rib raft type of foundation, a waffle raft foundation on 1 meter centers with polystyrene pods on the inside. The other interesting thing is the concrete has got fiber in it, so the fiber provides shear reinforcement for that liquefaction scenario.
So that's steel mesh fibre that's all throughout it.
Steel mesh fibre,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean those are the basics of it. There's a big construction joint, which you can't see now, but down the middle, a cold joint, and that's just to allow expansion and contraction of the whole slab or any sort of differential movement. Yeah, but it's a relatively standard foundation these days. I think 10 years ago you didn't do a lot of these, but nowadays, especially across the flat areas of the Waikato, this is a very common type of foundation.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of it. Well, I think ever since they started taking into getting geotech reports on everything, but then taking into account liquefaction, we're certainly seeing a change in what's engineered in there. Now, one of the things we did before we got this project was we actually got Tony and Titus to do a geotech report and soil conditions. That way we could accurately figure out what type of slab we'd needed and then the cost for it as well. So if you're looking at a shed, talk to us, talk to Titus, get the soil reports first, and then we can know what we're dealing with. So that's great. All right, thanks Tony.
Thanks Jason.
Cheers mate.
Bye.